There has three types of execution: sequential, conditional, and looping. Okay, tell me one scenario about LF, when you can go with the LF. Okay, there has multiple conditions are there, already we discussed, right? Okay, if number one number is equals to 1, then that time, if number equals to 1, I want to perform some operation. Yes or no? I want to perform some operation. L, if number equals to 2, then the time I want to perform some operation. L, if number equals to 3, like this. If you want to write multiple conditions, then that time you can go with the L if. Okay, only two conditions, either this or that, then that time you can go with if else. Only one condition, you can go with what? If. Only one condition, you can go with the if. Now if you come to the looping execution, tell me when you can go with the looping execution. I have some statements, or I have one statement. If you want to execute repeatedly, if you want to execute repeatedly, then that time you can go with the looping. Okay, my requirement is very simple thing. I have one statement is there, print, okay, VTS. This statement I want to execute 10 times. This statement I want to execute 10 times repeatedly. I want to execute this statement. Okay, how we can? I want to execute this statements 10 times. Then you can go with the looping. So how you can execute this statement 10 times? By using while loop, you can do it. By using for loop also you can do it. By using while loop and by using for loop also you can do it. Okay, so while loop, tell me one simple scenario. I want to execute 1 to 10 numbers. I want to execute. Okay, that means I want to print 1 to 10 numbers. Simple requirement. Using while. How we can? Already we completed, right? I want to execute 1 to 10 numbers using while. How we can? I want to execute 1 to 10 numbers using while. How we can? Come on. I want to execute 1 to 10 numbers using while. What is the syntax? What is the syntax for while? Already discussed it, right? First, while you have to write one condition. If the condition satisfied, some of the statements. Okay, one statement or multiple statements, it's not a matter. So if you run like this only, if you write the condition, okay, and execute the statements, it's like a valid syntax or not. So I'm going to write like this. Just you only answer it. I have one number is like 10. Okay, why number less than, okay, 10, number less than 10, print another. Okay, VTS you can say. Now tell, come on, if I execute this statement, what it is going to print? If I execute these statements, what it's going to print? Very simple, right? Number value is what? 10. 10 less than 10, condition failed. That nothing is printed. Nothing printed. Nothing printed. Okay, there is no output. No output. Okay, now I want to write something like this. Then what happened? Like this, then what happened? Number less than 20. Then what happened? Come on.
VTS prints 10 times.
Just print 10 times. No, right? Say this. Number, what is the number value? What is my number value? 10, right? 10 less than 20. Satisfied or not? Condition true or false? 10 less than 20. True. So print VTS. Again it comes here. Again it comes here. 10 less than 20. Print VTS. 10 less than 20. Print VTS. It's like what? Infinite loop or not? Yes or no? VTS is like print infinite times or not? Okay. VTS print infinite times. Okay, why? Because this condition never failed. This condition never failed. Always number is like a 10 only. 10 less than 20. Condition satisfied. Print VTS. Condition satisfied. Print VTS. Condition satisfied. Like this, how many iterations it is going to? Okay, that means how many iterations, how many times the loop is like iterate? Infinite times or not? Infinite times. But our requirement is not like this or not. Our requirement is what? I want to print 1 to 10 numbers only. Then I want to print 1 to 10 numbers only. Then come on. I want to print 1 to 10 numbers only. Then now can I copy this? Now you can take it. Number equals to 10 only. No problem. Okay, number less than 20. Now here, can I do one thing? My number equals to number plus 1. If I write like this, then what happens? See, first time the value is what? 10. 10 less than 20. Satisfied or not? Yes. Okay. VTS printed. Number equals to number plus 1. What is my number? 10. 10 plus 1? 11. Number is like 11. 11 less than 20. Yes. 11 less than 20. Yes. Condition satisfied. Condition satisfied. So that print VTS. Now 11 plus 1, 12. 12 less than 20. Yes. At last 19, for example. 19 plus 1. 19 plus 1 is what? 19 plus 1, 20. 20 less than 20. Condition satisfied or not satisfied? 20 less than 20. Condition satisfied or not satisfied?
Not
Not
Not satisfied. Whenever it's not satisfied, okay, it is going to break your loop and come out or not. Yes or no? Agreed. So now you can write the syntax first by seeing that particular code. While syntax tell me first, this one syntax tell me first. You have to create one variable and perform some initialization or not. Yes or no? So can I say initialization? Initialization. Initialization. Next. Come on. After that, while what is the condition? What is the condition?
number less than 20.
Okay. No, you have to write the syntax. I'm not asking about the code. Condition, right? Condition or not? What is the written type of this condition? The written type is what? Boolean, right? Yes or no? Either true or false. While the next one is like a condition. My condition always returns me either true or false. If true, then the time these block of statements will execute or not. Until unless the condition failed, the block of statements will execute or not. Block of statements. The next one. Here only one statement is there. What about this one? What about this one? What about this one?
Increment.
Okay, just you are going to add plus one. It's like an increment, right? Otherwise, you can minus one, decrement or not. Either you can do increment or either you can do decrement. So this is like what? Increment or decrement the variable value or not. Yes or no? This is my syntax or not for my while loop. Agreed everyone? Initialization and then write the while and condition. My condition always returns me what? A boolean value. Okay, now you can write the block of statement. Something is missing, what? Colon. Yes or no? The block starts from here now. Colon, block of statements, you can write it, and then you can write increment or decrement. Yes or no? That okay? Okay, let me run all this stuff. So go to our workspace folder, go to documents, workspace, what is like Python. Now I want to open Jupyter notebook for practice purpose. That is easy for us, right? So let's go. So Jupyter notebook. Jupyter notebook. Okay. So can I create the new notebook? New notebook. Okay. Say Python 3. Okay. Just you can write like this. Untitled. You can change the name. Flow controls. Just rename it. Okay. Now let's go. Here see there has a drop down is there, right? Code or markdown or raw text. Okay. Code you can select. Write something. Number equals to 1 while condition is what? Number less than 10. Next, print number. Print number. Tell me what is the output? What is the output? Anyone? If I execute this one, what happened? What is the output? Hmm? One simple, right? Hmm? What is the output?
One.
One. How many times it is going to print? It is like infinite loop or not? Yes or no? Come on. It's like infinite loop or not? Agree with me? Okay. Number is equals to 1 while number less than 10. Print number. Print number. Here number equals to number plus 1. If I write like this, I think the previous code still there. Just delete this one. Right. Number equals to 1 while number less than 10. See, it is not working as expected. Okay, still in the background something is running. Just leave it. Okay, now you can double click on it. Okay, now check it. Number equals to 1. Okay, while number less than 10. Print. What is that? Number. Okay, here number equals to number plus 1. Number equals to number plus 1. Here the indentation is not following, means there is something wrong. Okay, just you can delete this. Okay, now go to the new notepad. Okay. Now come here, say okay, untitled flow controls. Okay, now this is a new one. Number equals to 1. Next, while. Okay, now say this one is like different color or not. Number less than 10. Now see indentation also followed or not. See automatically. Print number. Now here number equals to number plus 1. What is my output? 1 to 9 numbers printed or not. But our requirement is what? 1 to 10 numbers. Then the time two changes. One is like you can put like 11 here. Then the time. Then the time. Come on. Then the time 1 to 10 numbers printed or not. This is one option. The another one is like what? Come on. number less than or equals to 10 also if you add, then the time also 1 to 10 numbers it's going to print or not. Agreed? So initialization and while and write the condition and then block of statements and then increment or decrement operator. Agreed everyone? Okay then. Now see val1 equals to 10. After that while val1 is greater than 1, print val1 equals to val1 plus okay minus 1. What is the output? What is the output?
10 to 1.
10 to 1. Okay, 10 to 1. Okay, that's okay. 2 not 2 printed means here you can do some change. Val is greater than 0, then the time it's going to work like what? 10 to 1 it's going to print or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, here the operator is like what? Increment or decrement? It's like
Decrement.
a decrement.
Decrement.
Now tell me if I run this one, when my done is going to print? When my done is going to print, starting or ending?
Ending.
After completion of all iterations or before that only it is going to print like a done?
After completion of all iterations.
After completion of all iterations. Why? Because it's a kind of while. Okay, how many iterations required? Okay, 10 iterations. Once all the 10 iterations are completed, then only it's treated like what? Then only this particular statement got executed. Whenever the statement got executed, then it comes to the next statement or not. Okay, for example, 1 lakh iterations. After 1 lakh iterations only it comes to the next statement or not. Agreed? Okay, na? Can anyone answer this question? First of all, it's valid syntax or invalid syntax.
Valid syntax.
It's like valid syntax or invalid syntax. This one. I have a variable named Sachin. Inside this one, while condition and then block of statements. After that, else is there. Is my else is the valid combination with while? Is my else is the valid combination with while?
Not valid.
Okay, now you can check it. Okay, it is a kind of, first of all, it's like what? It is like what? Infinite loop or not? Why? Because the condition will not break anytime. Always like what? My name is like what? Sachin only or not? Okay, now it is a kind of unreachable statement. It is not comes to here. It is like 100% valid syntax. Whenever the condition is like failed, then only it comes to the else block. Okay, then only it comes to the else block. So now you can delete this. Delete it. Now you can write something like this: val2 is equals to 5 while val2 val2 is less than okay or greater than 0. Now print val2. Okay, after that val2 equals to value 2 equals to value 2 minus 1. Now here else okay print iterations completed. Is it valid syntax or invalid syntax? Is it like valid syntax or invalid syntax?
Valid.
100% valid. Okay, now if I click on enter, what's my output? That means if I run this one, what's my output?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6 loop is completed, iterations completed.
Now if you come here, okay, val2, first val2 greater than 0, yes, print val2 equals to what? Value 2 minus 1. That's okay, right? Once my condition and everything is like completed, okay, how many iterations are done? Those iterations completed. Whenever the condition is like failed, then only it comes to where? Comes to your else or not. Okay, now can I run this? No, still it is running. Don't worry, just reload it. Still the execution is not yet done. Still the execution is not yet done. See, there has a star mark is there, right? Star mark means it is not completed. Whenever it comes to this particular block, then only you can say like what? This particular statement got completed or not. So just wait. Otherwise, shall we go with the Visual Studio Code? Shall we go with the Visual Studio Code? Okay, this is also one more option for us, right? So go to Visual Studio Code, file, open folder, go to where? Come on, go to documents or workspace folder. You can open it. Okay, this is my workspace folder. Select the folder. That's it. Okay, now here you can create a folder for while, for example, while loop. Okay, you can write okay one program, one.py. What is my program? This is my program, right? Okay, val2 equals to 5, val2, and print val2 equals to val2 minus 1. That's all. And then else. So how we can run this? How we can run this? Anyone? Come on. How we can run this? Go to that particular folder. py1.py or not? py1.py. Can anyone tell me whenever you run this particular command internally what happened? Whatever the code you written, that is called as a source code. That source code is going to compile or not? That source code is going to compile. Yes or no? Okay, that means it's done to be like what? This is done to be like what? Machine understandable language or not? Compiled. Okay, once the compilation is done, from the compilation, my machine has to generate the output or not? It is not directly understand. Okay, who can help to generate the output and everything from this particular Python compiled code? We have a PVM, Python virtual machine or not? The Python virtual machine is going to help to generate the output from the compiled code or not? Once we have the output, okay, it is going to display the output in the terminal or not? So now see here, all iterations first completed. Okay, whenever the iteration means whenever the condition is like failed, then it comes to the else block or not. So it is like 100% valid syntax or not? Yes or no? Agreed? Okay, I just added one keyword called as a break. What happened? What it is going to print? Can anyone guess? What it's going to print? Can anyone guess?
None.
None. Okay.
Iterations completed.
Iterations completed. So py 2.py py 2 dot py. Okay,
Okay.
see this, it is just come out from this. Okay, it's like stop the execution itself, the while loop or not. It is not go for any else, nothing. It is stops your execution or not, it is terminated from the execution or not. Got a point? Agree with me? Okay, break means it is just terminated the execution of the while loop. Now see, while loop and else, this is everything is like what? Only one statement only, right? Yes or no? Else, only else, it's not a valid one. It should be bind with either if, either else. Okay, either while or for. Now this else bind with what? While. So this all these statements come under what? While only or not? Yes or no? Whenever you written like break, what happened? Total while loop terminated or not? Total while loop terminated or not? So that whenever the while loop got terminated, it comes to which line? Line number 8 directly. It comes to line number 8. Okay, line number 8, nothing is there. That's okay, fine. So it is terminated completely from the while loop or not? Yes or no? Agree with me? Okay. Now my requirement is, okay, only 10 9. Okay, 8765. Okay, that means only 5 numbers I want to print it. Don't change this line number 1. How we can print? Only the body you can change it. My output should be 10 9 876. You can do the change in the while block. Okay, the block is there now. This block here only you can do the change. Don't change anything here. Okay, here only I want to do the change to get the output is like 10 9 876. Hmm? 3 4 5. Wherever you want, you can do the change to get the output. No one? Okay, very simple, right? Why we go for break? Tell me. Why we go for break? Okay, simply you can break your iterations and terminate the execution from that particular loop or not. Yes or no? Break the iterations. Okay, so far you iterated like this. Okay, iterated first iteration, second iteration like this. Now you can break the iteration. You can come out. You can terminate from the execution or not. So how you can write? Some condition you can write it. If what is that? My val2 is equals to 5, is equals to 5. Then that time, can I do what? Break it. Yes or no? Can I do break? Now, if I run this, what is my output? Anyone guess? If I run this, what's my output? First time val2 is what? 10. Condition not satisfied. So this one is printed. Next, up to 6 it is going to print. 6 minus 1, 5. It comes here. Okay, 5 greater than 0. Yes, now it comes here. 5 equals to 5. True, false? True. So that this line number 4, break statement got executed. Whenever the break statement got executed, what I said, it stopped the iterations. It stops the iterations and do what? It stops the iterations and do what? Come on. It stops the iteration. It terminates the execution of the loop or not? It terminates the execution of the loop or not? Okay, now whenever it's like 5, okay, break executed, it stops the iteration and come out, and it's going to execute line number 7. Line number 7, nothing is there, so that nothing is printed. Understood? Now if I write like this, valid syntax or invalid syntax? Valid or invalid? 100% valid. 100% valid. Okay. Now the print done is not executed. Why? Simple. Terminated the execution of while loop. Terminated the execution means what? Okay, that entire while related stuff terminated or not? Yes or no? That the reason it is not execute this. Yes or no? So for good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay then. Line number 3 and 4, I don't want to execute. Line number 3 and 4, I don't want to execute. Still my code should be there, but I don't want to execute those statements. Then what do you want me to do? One option is like you can remove this one, so that statements also not there, so that those are not execute. But I said like what? Statements should be there, but I don't want to execute those statements. Then you have to comment those lines or not. Now tell me how we can comment those lines in Python. Okay, just you can add like, okay, hash. Whenever you add like a hash in front of your statement, that statement is like not execute. Still my code is there. It is like what? Okay, while executing, those particular statements are like what? Okay, those statements are not execute. This is not part of execution list. Okay, execution context is not part of execution. Okay, just simply those statements are available. Okay, but those are not executed means that directly comes to which line? Line number 5 only or not? Yes or no? This is the way in Python we can comment the lines from your execution. Okay, how to avoid the statements from execution means just you can comment it. How we can comment? How we can comment in Python? In front of the statement, just you can add hash. That's it. Okay, now if I execute these lines of code, what is my output? If I execute these lines of code, what is my output?
10 to 1 and done.
Yes, obviously, right? Okay, it's like general thing only. 10 to 1 and done or not. Okay, now for example, there has, okay, 100 statements are there. There has 100 statements. There has 100 statements. Okay, see, the shortcut to comment your lines, the shortcut to comment your lines. One is like select the lines. You can press control and you can add backslash. Just click on that one. Now see, it's commented or not. If you want to uncomment, again the same operation you can do. Select the lines and press control and click on the slash. Now it is like uncommented or not. Manually, if you want to do, go to that particular statement, add hash. This is one way of commenting individual lines. If you want to comment multiple lines, 100 lines I want to comment, 100 lines I want to comment. If you want to comment multiple lines, okay, if you want to comment multiple lines, then that time you can go with what? Okay, you can go with what? Say this. Those statements executed or not executed? Tell me. Those statements executed or not executed? Come on. If the statements got executed, then that is going to print up to here only. Okay, these statements will not execute or not. So these statements are like what? Avoid from execution or not? How we can avoid? By commenting the code. Okay, how many ways we can comment? One is like hash. One is like hash. That is like what? Single line comment we can say. If you want to comment multiple lines, okay, just you can put like what? The syntax. Now say this. Okay, this particular one at the time of using string, okay, string creation, I already told to you, if you want to create the string, okay, double quote you can put it, or single quote also you can put it. Single quotes 3 times you can put, 3 single quotes, okay, and 3 single quotes in between whatever the lines of code you written, those are like a commented lines only. In the single code, 3 single quotes you can add it. After that, 3 single quotes in between whatever the statements you written, those statements are like what? Those statements are like what? Come on, commented lines only or not? Agreed? All are okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, single line comment and multi-line comment, you can say. Single line comment with hash, multi-line comment, 3 single quotes. Okay, now say this. The shortcut is going to work for what? I'm using the shortcut control slash. The shortcut is going to work for what? Only single line comments. Single line comment. If you want multi-line comment, there is no option. You should have to go with what? Manually, you can add like a 3 single quotes. Okay, na? So for good. Let me delete this stuff. What's wrong with this? There is an issue with the indentation. Here, break. Next. Yes. What is the next one? Print val 2. The next one, val 2 equals to val 2 minus 1. Done. Okay. Now, just answer this question. Okay, if you want to copy the same exact file, if you want to copy, Control C. Okay, select the file, the studio code, Control C and Control V. That's it. Now, or copied file created or not. Now you can rename it. Now you can rename it. Now you can rename it 3. Okay. Now here, what I'm going to do is, okay, simply instead of break, I added like one more keyword called as a continue. Can anyone tell me what is the output? Any one of you?
Print 10 to 1.
10 to 10. Print 10 to 1. Print to 10 to 1. Okay. If print 10 to 1 means, why this condition? This is not required, right? If I not write it, then the time also it's going to print 10 to 1 or not? Yes or no? Come on. Can I save this one? What happened? Can I run this? Py 3.p. Okay, here. Okay, slide change. I want to do it. Okay, now. Okay. Indentation not followed. Can you follow the indentation? Yes, I followed. Now you can tell. Terminated. Now what happened? Can you see? 9876. Okay, 5 missing. 4321. 4321. Okay, check. First, continue how it is going to work means. First time the value is like what? 10. 10 greater than 0. Yes. 10. 10 minus 1 I added. Okay. So 9. 9 equals to 5. No. So that 9 printed. Up to here it's printed 6. Up to here printed 6. 6 greater than 0. Yes. 6 minus 1. What? 5. 5 equals to 5. Satisfied or not? Come on. 5 equals to 5. Condition satisfied or not? Whenever the condition satisfied, line number 6 is going to execute it. Here, break or continue na? Okay, whenever it's like break, up to here only, these 4 statements will execute and it is going to terminate from the while loop execution or not. But here, it's not break, it's continue. Continue, how it is going to work? By seeing this output, can anyone tell me? By seeing this output, can anyone tell me? Continue, how it is going to work?
Do the assigned condition value.
Now, whenever the continue statement executed in the loop, it is not execute remaining statements. Immediately it is continue with the next iteration. Got my point? Whenever line number 6 executed, okay, when val2 is like 5, the statement is like continue. That's the reason remaining statements will not execute. It is directly continue the iteration. Okay, now if it is continue the iteration, then what happened? 5 greater than 0. Yes. Okay, 5 minus 1, 4. Okay, 4 is equals to 5. Not condition satisfied or not. Print 4. So here continue means continue the iteration. Okay, just stop there and continue the next iteration. Now whenever it is like 5, I said like continue. Okay, so that it is like continue the iteration. It is not execute the statement or not whenever the value is like 5 or not. Agreed with me? Come on. Whenever the continue statement executed in the loop, it is not terminate. It just skip the execution, skip the current iteration only. That's it. Skip the current iteration and go to the next iteration. Simply you can say skip that particular iteration. Here there is multiple statements are there. They not execute and it go to the next iteration or not. Got my point? Break, terminate the iterations. It is terminate and come out or not, but continue only skip that current iteration, skip it. Okay, continue means skip this one, go to the next. Remaining statements don't execute. Skip and go to the next iteration, and next iteration, whatever the statements is like normal only. Whatever the statements we have, those statements are going to execute or not. Agreed? Come on. Difference between break and continue. What happened? Can anyone guess? What happened? Why? Because here my while loop is not terminated right in the middle. Okay, it is like skip that current. Okay, whenever the value is like 5, it is not printing. It is like continue executed so that it's go to the next iteration. After that, it will not execute. Okay, as usual, up to 0, it is going to print. Whenever the condition failed, then it comes to else block or not. Here, there is no problem at all. Agree with me? Come on. All are okay. So for
Yes,
good.
sir.
Okay. Okay then. Now I have one small question. See, I need a syntax like if condition or else condition or whatever it is. Okay. If only you can take it. In the if, syntactically, it is like a valid or not. In the if condition, some block of statements. Yes or no. So the statements for now, I don't want anything, but I needed like if condition, but I don't want any statements. I needed like if condition, but I don't want any statements. That is my requirement. My requirement is like that only. Okay, I need a if condition, but inside the body, I don't want any statements. So that can I remove this one? Yes or no? He said like don't want any statements. Can I remove? If I remove this one, see, it is syntactically valid or invalid? It is syntactically valid, invalid. Come on. As an
Invalid.
error, invalid indentation error or not. Okay, so how we can avoid this kind of errors? Syntactically should valid. Syntactically should valid. But in my case, in this case, if condition is required, the condition should not have any statements. For now, I don't want any statements. For now, in future, I'm going to write. For now, I don't want any statements. Then, got a point?
Statement into comment.
Like this, huh? Okay, some statements you can write it. Okay, you want me to comment it like this, but still invalid only, na? Come on. Okay, statements you written and commented means statements not there, physically available, but it is not as part of execution or not. Yes or no? Come on. In that case, in this case, just you can go with the pass. We already discussed it, right, at the time of functions. I want a function. Okay, so function body should be there, but in my case there is no data, nothing at this moment, there is no statements in the body. Then the time what you did, what you did, you added like pass keyword or not? Yes or no? Now if you come here, see, is it like syntactically valid or invalid? Syntactically valid or invalid? 100% valid or not? Okay, tomorrow if you want any statements to write, you can write, you can remove the pass and you can write the statements or not. Agree with me? Come on. Okay, if you want to tell somewhere, okay, no statements, okay, programmatically if you want to represent like no statements, then that time you can go with what? Pass, right? Syntactically should valid, at the same time it has to tell like there is no statements at this moment, then you can go with what? Pass or not. Agree with me? All okay? Now so far, okay, we discussed like logs 2 weeks, right? How many keywords we covered so far? How many keywords we discussed? How many keywords we covered? Come on, keywords. What are those?
Integers.
Keywords.
Conditions, loops,
Uh, Keywords. Okay, tell me the names. If, else, elif. These are the keywords or not? Reserved words. Next, break, continue, pass. Yes or no? Next, for, while. For while. Next, come on. DEF. Define the function. Yes or no? Define the function. Yes or no? Next, in the function only, we have one more keyword we used. What is that? Return. Return. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Return. Okay, these keywords, these reserved words we used or not? There is multiple over there. Okay, each and every keyword we are going to discuss. So far, we covered like 10 keywords or not. Agreed? Okay. So the next, now we completed like a while loop. Okay, same like this only. I want to go with the for. I want one statement repeatedly execute 10 times or 20 times, whatever it is, not by using while loop. I want to do by using for loop. How we can do by using for loop, we'll see in the next session. Okay, so tomorrow we can continue for loop. At the same time, we are going to start with the operators also. Okay. So anyone facing any issue? Local setup? Anyone facing any issues with the local setup? Are you able to practice? Not. Okay, just practice. Okay, just practice. If you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, Jupyter notebook also you can use it. Parallel you can use like a Visual Studio Code also. Visual Studio Code also you can use it. Both you can use. Okay, na? Okay then. Okay, link is going to change today also. Every day the link is going to change. Just you can go to that website. Okay, you can. Okay, join from that website. Okay, every day the link is going to change. Okay then. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining.